I propose that any politician who advocates going to war be obligated to serve in that war for a period of at least 2 weeks. 2 weeks is nothing. You might even say it's not enough, and you'd be right, of course. But 2 weeks is better than 0 weeks, and that's what we have now. Our representatives have no skin in the game. We've made it way too easy for them to advocate armed conflict. In fact, it's quite the opposite of difficult. It's not only easy, some representatives held stock in defense companies, so they actually profited from war. And you might say, well, this is unreasonable. What if the representative has a health condition or something? Well, just like in the Army, if they're unable to go to war, they can get a waiver. They can apply for a waiver and either be approved or denied that waiver. Just like in the Army, they'll have to write a letter. And in their proposal to be excused from battle, they can request that in lieu of their not being able to go to war, they can offer, and this is something we should require of them, they must, in lieu of not being able to go themselves, send their firstborn son or daughter in their place to serve the entire duration of the conflict. And the reason it's important to serve the entire duration of the conflict is that it will incentivize them to come to a speedy resolution of the conflict rather than having it drag on for years and years, which is something they're all too willing to do at our expense, just not their own. Now, if anyone finds that unreasonable, it is! It's completely unreasonable! But that's what they expect Americans to do, hundreds of thousands of Americans to do. Either go yourself and make all these sacrifices, or send your kids. Representatives are supposed to be just that, a representation of an average American. If they have the same skin in the game in regards to armed conflict, they will see the real issues with it. And if they're like me, they'll see that the real issue with it, with going to war, isn't the danger part, it's all the inconveniences to life. So the representatives will see the real issues there. They'll say, but I can't send my daughter to war. She has school, she has college, she has a septum surgery on the 15th. Or my son just started his new job and he takes care of his kid and both of them have school. Yes, that's right. That's exactly what I said to my commander when he sent me on some BS boring assignment when I was in the reserves. I said, I have school, I have classes, I have a business to run. I can't grow my business. I'll lose revenue. I have septum surgery on the 15th. Yeah, man, that's life. If representatives have more skin in the game, it'll make them think twice. Because the reality of war for many families will be coming home to them, our representatives. And dying isn't even the worst part of war. It's that your life's on hold, or that you come back to a worse standard of living. Your girlfriend, boyfriend, husband, or wife will dump you or cheat on you. They're not going to wait for you for a year or years. Little kids are absent of their parents at crucial stages in their life, in their development. They don't recover from that at a certain age. Children are supposed to have parents, or it affects them in ways they don't even realize. Or when you get back from war, you're stuck with a shitty job when you return because you didn't advance your career, you didn't grow your business. Now, all of this isn't to say that they should never advocate armed conflict, but having skin in the game for both them and their families will make them think twice about doing it. As it does for us. We're legitimately scared as Americans when we think about war, or as citizens of any country. We're like, oh my gosh, what's going to happen? What is this going to do to the economy? What's this going to do to everything? Are my kids going to go to war? But our politicians are surrounded by armed security details bearing machine guns, or like Nancy Pelosi, their plane is escorted by advanced fighter jets. They have safe bunkers inside of mountains. They have enough money to last them many generations in some cases. So let's do this in the US and set a trend for the rest of the world. See, if this becomes a trend, the other leaders in the world, the other Vladimir Putins of the world, Emmanuel Macrons of the world, all the other leaders who do not adopt the same go-to-war policy will be faced with understanding that the people of their country will realize that their leaders fall into one of two categories. They're either cowards or they don't care. They don't care about the reality of life as a citizen of their country. It also means that they're not an accurate representation of an average citizen for their country, meaning they're not a real representative. Refusal to adopt this will call them out to be fakes. They will have 100 excuses not to do this. I can't wait to hear what they are. I've probably made all the same excuses. I have work, I have a business, I have so many things to attend to. Listen, I've made all the same excuses. That's life. Deal with it. The citizens whom you serve are saying the same things. Anyway, anxious to hear your thoughts. I'm always questioning things, especially my own ideas. Certainty is an absurdity. Toodaloo.